Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. The mean score of 10 students of an algebra class was 85. When 2 new students enrolled, the mean increased to 86. What was the average of the new students? Okay, using the given information, we have to find the average of the scores of 2 new students. Okay, here let's consider the first piece of information. That is the mean score of 10 students is 85. Okay, now let me write the stuff over here. That is the mean of 10 students equals to 85. Usually to get the mean or the average, what we have to do is we have to add all the values and divide by the number of values. Here we have mean scores of 10 students. That is, we have to add the sum of the scores of all 10 students and divide by the number of students, that is 10, equals to 85. Now let me multiply both sides of this equation by 10. When I do so, this 10 will cancel out. Then we get sum of the scores of 10 students. Let me write the stuff over here. That is equal to 85 times 10 is 850. Okay, here I got the sum of the scores of the existing 10 students, that is 850. Okay, now let me assume x as the sum of the scores of the 2 new students. Let me write the stuff over here. Sum of the scores of 2 new students. Let me write it. Now, let's consider the information we have over here. That is, when 2 new students enrolled, the mean increased to 86. This information says the mean score of 12 students is 86. That is the existing 10 students and 2 new students. Okay, now let me write the stuff over here. That is the mean score of 12 students equals to 86. To get the mean score of 12 students, what we have to do is we have to divide the sum of the scores of 12 students divided by the number of students, that is 12, equals to 86. Now, to get the sum of the scores of 12 students, we have to add this 850 and this x. Because this 850 says the sum of the scores of 10 students, and this x says the sum of the scores of 2 new students. Okay, so 850 positive x represents the sum of the scores of 12 students divided by 12 equals to 86. Okay, now we have to solve for x in this equation. Let me multiply both sides of this equation by 12. When I do so, this 12 will cancel out. I am getting 850 positive x on the left side. On the right side, when I multiply 86 and 12, I am getting 1032. Okay, now let me subtract 850 from both sides. When I do so, this positive value, negative value will cancel out. I am getting x equals to, when I subtract 850 from 1032, I am getting 182. Actually, this x represents the sum of the scores of 2 new students. Our aim is to get the average of the new students. To get the average of the new students, what we have to do is we have to divide the sum of the scores of 2 new students, 182, by the number of students, that is 2. When I divide this 182 by 2, I am getting 91. Therefore, the average of the 2 new students is 91.